glad you're here. Okay, so today we're really going to get into how to have some clarity in the certain things you need to do to really get yourself moving forward. I'm also going to bring up a client interaction that I had yesterday that just really was a very interesting story. So I want to bring that up. I'll make sure I have a slide in there for you. So you're here if you're ready to hit the reset button. You're here if you're ready to have increased clarity. So that means your brain is sometimes mucked up with just being overly tired, not having enough energy. So we want to clear out the brain and have it working faster so you're higher productivity throughout the day, throughout the week. Ready to take deep breaths. You're feeling overly stressed on learning how to exhale so that you can really enjoy your day and not have anxiety. What happens is when you become diabetic or pre-diabetic, it does all these things to slow your body down. And your body slows down because it's trying to take care of itself, and it's just does this big halt. And it overworks so many areas in your body. And the biggest thing is that your adrenal gland is trying to pump out all these extra hormones to keep your energy going. We're trying to really focus in on how we're going to be able to make a commitment to ourselves just by making a couple tweaks here and there. And the sabotage today would be that you feel like you don't have time to add something new. So I want to really give you motivation and focus to really step into how you can make a commitment to yourself by just doing a couple tweaks. Just the other day, I was talking to a client and we were talking about getting her deeper into stepping into her journey and really being able to make better choices in food. And she brought up the point that she didn't have much time because she needed to take care of her family too. So let's just call that a sabotage, and I'll tell you why. When you start thinking that way, you don't realize how much energy is sitting on the table that you have basically not found. And as you start making these changes, you will realize that your brain and your energy will exponentially move forward. So let's keep you centered in that thought so you can keep yourself focused on why you're here and why it's important. So if you've got your workbook, you're ready to look at this information and just add little notes here and there so you're not taking lots of big notes. The workbook really supports you today. And so you're going to get a download. If you're seeing this as it's recorded, there's going to be a link for you so you can catch it right away and you can start using the workbook as we go along, because that will help support you when you leave me today, that you will have extra support in what you need to do for yourself and how it's going to keep you motivated. But let's look at these stats for diabetes, and these are the facts. 10% of our population has been diagnosed with diabetes type 2. Others are not being diagnosed. And I'll tell you why. Look on the right side. It says you can live with diabetes for over 10 years before you even get diagnosed. So think about that. You could have thirsty mouth. You could have even feeling fatigue in the morning, but then all of a sudden getting energy in the afternoon. You could be sluggish all the time. You could be losing your hair. You could be losing your elasticity in your skin. You could be aging quickly. There's all these things that are connected with not being diagnosed yet. And when you start looking at your sugar level, maybe it's still in the level of pre-diabetes or even before that, but you're still having these symptoms. Well, those are symptoms you need to really be concerned about, because that's telling you, it's a sure sign that something is going to be happening in the future, and that's going to be some type of chronic disease. So I want you to really stay alert today. If you're doing anything else, just put it aside, take a couple breaths, and just keep your mind focused on this, because today we're going to talk about how are you going to make that shift. Because if you're feeling like it's hard to add anything new because your body is telling you that you don't have the energy and that your lifestyle right now is already overly crazy, I just want you to sit with me for this time. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle and disease symptom, and it can be reversed, as I was talking about earlier in the video. So I want you to just really focus in on what's your next tweaks that you're going to be doing to help you with your stress and help you with really making a new commitment to yourself today. Diabetes is the 7th leading cause for deaths annually. So the 7th leading cause, and you know what? This disease is increasing because of us not really learning about, how certain foods can really overwork our body because maybe our body's not accepting it. So food allergies, or that your stress that you have, that you actually have become diabetic because you just have high anxiety and it's really overworked your body. So just think about that. I'm thinking that this is going to even move more in just the seventh leading cause, because even having diabetes, look on your right side here, being diabetic, you have double the chance of having a heart attack. So having a heart attack is higher actually up there. And when you are diabetic, you may fall in the area of just having a heart attack, and the heart attack is directly linked with your circulation, and your circulation and higher cholesterol, because higher cholesterol can also happen when you're dealing with diabetes, because again, your diabetes is, or pre-diabetes is wreaking havoc on your body. So that's the facts. Let's stick with that and just keep that focus on these 5 areas of here it is, and let's make some changes. Today you're going to be spending time with me. Let's just break it out. We're going to talk about diabetic healing. We're going to talk a bit about me so that you know, why are you here? Why do you want to be listening to what I'm doing? And then we're also going to have a bonus at the end. So I really want you to spend some time with me and being able to listen to this whole video. If you are listening to this in a recorded version, just hit pause and come back and so you can finish it. So get to know me. This is my crazy family. We are all about having fun. We have high stress just like everybody else. But when we go out and play, it's time to have play and have some fun. And we are very connected with what I'm talking to you about today, is that when stress comes in, being able to step in front of it and really stop things from happening that sometimes can hurt our body. We are a family that really works on being together and having fun and being able to deal with 4 different personalities. Depending on how big your family is, you know how that is. When you come together, boy, life can be stressful when the whole family comes together, because everybody has their own idea of what they want to do, and to bring everybody together is a way to really, how I coach, really learn how to speak what's on your mind. So, hey, get to know me. Let's spend a little time here. My background, just so you know, I come from corporate background. My whole journey was, early when I was 19, I was into working out. I trained at that time, and we won't go deep in the part of how that all got me here at this point, but you'll hear different stories as you're listening to different videos. But I really stepped into finishing school and going in the CPA route. So I did public accounting. I got my, my CPA license. And this little snapshot that you see right here is actually, if you just Google me, Rhonda Liebig, CPA, you will find that I have a tax, a PIN number out there. And right now I'm not active because I was trying to multitask everything. And I said, what the heck am I doing? And so we're going to talk about that today, how we really try and do too many things. And even though we love so many things, we have to really make a choice. What is happening? So what direction are you going to go? Are you going to be feeling not so good? And maybe the reason why you're here with me today is because you aren't feeling 100%. So I want you to bring yourself into being with me 100% today. And wherever you are on the scale of not feeling good at all to feeling great, I want to bring that up a notch today for you. So let's speak about, what direction we need to go to really start making changes. So as I did, taxes and learned about, the corporate world, I became overly stressed, and it really brought me down to really seeing myself in not such a happy light. And if you've ever had that happen to you, where you just get yourself in a situation where you are not the best you start realizing there's certain things you just don't like about yourself, and that's when you're at your lowest of low. At that point, I felt like I had no floor. I felt like I had no ceiling, that I was just floating in the air because I was overly stressed. And so if you're feeling this, I want to tell you that the steps that I give and when I'm coaching through these webinars and these workshops, it's really about just taking these tools and taking it to heart and taking notes as you're coming through the process with me, because I'll speak to my journey and how I've been able to really get the key so I can share it with you, and how to make a big transformation change. Now, as I've been going through and being in the health industry, I've been in health industry for over 16 years. You're going to see the display of things I've been able to do. And the media is really important to me because that's the direction that I've chose to go so I can get to as many people as possible. Because when I was 5 years old, I remember talking to my grandma and discussing with her why I was so confused, why people were getting ill in my family, and why, people weren't very happy. And it was something that was on my mind all the time. And so I really connect with it. This is my passion, and I want you to connect with your passion also, and what's important to you in your life and what's happening. So I'm #1 best-selling author on Amazon. I wrote this book, The Fit Solution. There's recipes in there, workouts, and there's also stuff to really connect you with being able to, really hone in on your calendar and why that's important. Also discussing your family and your friends. And that's in chapter 5, which is my favorite chapter out of the Fit Solution. Also, I'm a blogger. I love to talk about, what's the latest stuff I've done research on. So I have a blog out there, Top Eating Myths You Probably Believe. The 4 top. Also, I've been through the media circuit on Fox 40, the Regina Rose show. I headed out to LA, spent some time with Regina Rose. She is like Oprah to me. Just a wonderful, loving woman, very easy to be interviewed by, because she just knows her stuff. So you want to go to my website too at some point and check out that interview. Also, I'm working with individuals that are really making big changes. Michaela, has lost 11 inches in her body. We just did measurements recently, and she's lost 5 more inches within 3 months. So this girl is jamming. And the reason why she is because she's centered in why she's making these changes, and that she's connected with her pain points. So think about that and how you're feeling and what's stopping you from making a commitment to yourself. So my first question to you right now is, what is your pain point? What is something that happens throughout the day that's just frustrating, that's happening? Could it be shakiness with being hyperglycemic, hypoglycemia, anything that's happening where you have like the 3 p.m. slump where you don't have any energy throughout the day? Just think about that right now. Take a note. What is it that's really your pain point? Because what Michaela really realized is that she gained 100 pounds and realized that that was so not her, and that she got lost in the process. And her background, a very intense background, has a lot of stuff going on. And so it just happened. So now she's really learned about portion control, clearing the mental sabotages, working out, and changing food choices. So let's talk about these couple little tweaks because it's so important. First thing is, let me give you a tip. And the tip is not really just one tip. It's connecting with how you're going to start your day. So let's just kind of step in here for a moment and discuss that our sabotages are something that hold us back. Now, I just got off a call with Nicole Diavola. I don't know if you've met her before through social media, but a wonderful woman. She is also #1 best-selling author, and she really focuses in on yoga and meditation and how that really takes you through a journey. Well, her and I were just talking about like 3 sabotages, and one of them, the last one that I brought up, was that you tell yourself that you can't give yourself an extra 15 minutes before your day starts because you just don't have the time. You want to sleep in until it's time to go. And then all of a sudden, you're ready to go, and now you're racing out the door. So that sabotage is that you're not stepping into action and giving yourself at least 15 minutes or an hour before you really start your regular schedule. And why this is important is because this will bring you more energy if you do this. So when you're in bed, you go, oh, I just need more time. I need more rest. Well, the latest research out there is telling you that if you actually keep hitting the snooze button, or you're not going to bed at the right time to really get enough sleep, that if you really actually try and sleep in, there's no way to really catch up with your sleep. So adding a daily ritual is going to give you that really pounce, that energy, that clarity, the productivity, everything that is important to you right now is going to bring to you. So let me tell you about my daily ritual, and let's see what would work for you. So you might want to take some notes. Daily ritual is important, and it's blended with whatever is important to you to get yourself centered. The most successful people in the world are doing daily rituals because they are allowing themselves to really center themselves before they step into their big, serious day. What I do is I start my morning with reading. So my latest read is Sally Hogshead, How the World Sees You. I really recommend this book because it'll open your world to being able to just lay it out to what works for you, who you are, and the people that you really mesh with. And the people that you don't mesh with are the people that you really want around you because it helps you grow. So I start my reading with that. Usually about a half an hour I give myself. Then I go in, I take a couple deep breaths. As you see that woman just around the flowers, well, it's all visionary, just really visioning in on the breathing and how it's making your body feel, how the exhales make you relax even more. My next stage is I eat something very healthy, usually mixed berries of something. And those mixed berries is going to help you with cleaning up the body and starting your day with clarity, because the extra toxins that your body's been able to cleanse throughout the night, you want to have a great breakfast because it's going to keep your body cleansed, and then you're going to fire up with tons of energy. So that's my morning ritual, making sure that I have a good, healthy meal. Then you see these little kiddos over here. These are my kids that I love so dearly. Now, when they're this young, of course, it's so easy to hug and snuggle them. But I want to tell you, if you have teenagers, if you have older kids, or if you don't have kids at all, let me just explain that this last ritual that I do is making sure that I connect with somebody and make them smile. Because the more that you're giving to somebody, the more it's part of your healthy journey too. Because when you're giving back, it just makes things so much brighter and more beautiful in your life. So this is my 4-day step journey. This is about me, but the reason why I bring this up is just so you can connect with how this can help you heal with making a better day for yourself. What really is my passion and brought me in deeper to where I am with you today is that I lost my dad. It's been 9 years, and he was only 57 when he lost his life. And I do know quite a few people that lost their parents when they were younger, 52s in the 50s, 40s, just such young ages to be losing our parents. And my dad was diabetic. And the interesting thing about my dad is that before he knew he was diabetic, he ended up flatlining because he didn't understand why he was so thirsty and he was drinking the wrong stuff. Let me tell you, it was soda. My dad was drinking soda. I'm thirsty, I'm gonna drink soda. So why I can laugh about it now is because actually they brought him back. So he flatlined. My brother stepped in and got some help, and they basically rejuvenated him, got him back when the emergency responded. My dad came back. He wasn't a regular person in the set of the way he used to be. He became a different person because it affected his brain. But as time went on, as natural and as wonderful as our body can do, it started healing itself. And my dad and I became very, very close through this whole process, even closer than before. And I started realizing that I was coaching my clients in a diabetic way, because the whole focus was, insulin and how it affects your body. And at that time, I was just coaching to general health. I really actually didn't have any focus on any specific area. But my passion for today and why I'm here with you and moving forward is that I've found the key of why I've been coaching as a diabetic coach, even though calling myself a general coach, is that diabetes wreaks havoc on your body. Let me say that again, because diabetes is actually just the name of the symptoms that are happening for the chronic disease. But extra insulin in your body wreaks havoc on your body. Extra insulin in your body wreaks havoc. I want you to think about that and being able to commit to the next steps of your journey. Aristotle, I always go to because there's so many wonderful quotes that you can pull up, but we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So whatever you're doing today, whatever your sabotage is, just hone in on that. I'm just asking you to do a couple tweaks. And these tweaks are going to be real basic and easy. So think about Aristotle and his wonderful thing. Okay, so at the beginning of our talk, I was discussing that the scale, actually, let me back up. I was talking about that I had this interesting discussion with the client. So yesterday, my client came in because I work with clients in person. I work with clients through Skype, all over. And she had a very stressful day. Her life is crazy busy right now. So she came in, naturally the way that we all do, very, very stressed. We start talking about her weight and what was going on, and she was very upset because she felt that her stomach has really gotten bigger because of all this stress, and she just, she's been gaining weight and all this kind of stuff. So I said, okay, well, let's take your measurements. Let's just do this. And I bet you're actually making changes right now, and that your inches on your body are going to be way smaller relative to where you were, and that your body fat will probably even shifted. So what I'm going to tell you is that exactly what I put on Facebook is that the scale means nothing, because when we weighed her, she gained 4 pounds. So she got off the scale and she was about to cry. And I said, hold on. I don't trust that scale, because the scale only is one indicator of something going on. So I think the scale is up because of your extra stress, because you're not exhaling, you're just kind of absorbing all this inhale, extra toxins in your body that your body is stuck right now. So we measured her waistline, we measured her legs, arms, and we started talking. She lost 5 inches in her body in total. And her body fat, guess what? Almost 6% body fat change from just a month ago. So all her hard work of just little tweaks. Now, my client is not being extreme and making these big changes, but we really realized that she was reaching for certain foods that was not doing anything for her body. So she started making little tweaks. Think about 6% body fat in 1 month. How crazy is that? Holy moly, I cannot believe that. So I'm just in celebration mode for my client right now. Let's think about what's been happening for my client, and then also for you too, and really honing in on how you can make things better for your body. But if you're not stepping into it, how it can really hurt the body. So it can really affect your energy and your bloat factor. But if you look above, it affects kidneys, your pancreas, your heart, because this is how your insulin works, your circulation, and this is how you really affect your organs. So Nancy Stanley is a client of mine, and I want to share something that she said that I really thought was important. Thank you for educating me on making healthy choices and explaining how that makes me more fit, healthy, and better capable of taking care of my body. So before we started working together, she didn't realize how much she was connected with her food, and not in a good way. And so as she's been going through her journey and learning new things, she realized that the pain that she has when she's trying to make different choices with food, because how much in the past that she's relied on it. So pretty interesting stuff, huh? I just think it's very, very interesting. So we talked about this daily ritual, talking about losing the belly. And so I want you to write 3 things that you could do for yourself right now to just add to your daily ritual. And then I want you to back into how much time you need for that. Because remember, your energy is going to increase. There's no rhyme or reason or anything to even fight me about this one. Because as soon as you start making those changes, you will just skyrocket with energy relative to where you are now. So listen to this. My focus shifted from the positive to the negative, from where I was to where I desperately wanted to be. I was not in the now. I was always one impossible to-do list away from being happy with where I was. Let's talk about what that means. If you're dealing with a sabotage where you're feeling negative and you are thinking negative thoughts, you basically are not in the moment and not being able to make those positive choices. So think about, what's your daily ritual going to do for you? What's the things that you're struggling with that's going to help you step into something bigger, something that's going to help you move forward and stop the negative thoughts, negative things about yourself. So on your worksheet, if you haven't gotten it yet, make sure you click and get the download. I have some questions for you. And right now, let's talk about this. Are you doing a daily ritual right now and has to be connected with giving you results? If you're feeling low energy, that you're stopping and taking deep breaths. And being able to be aware of what your daily ritual is going to be connected with. So the slide before, we were just talking about that, what's going to help you in being able to heal your diabetes. So are you adding a daily ritual? Above, we were talking about let's adding one. Right now, I want you to say, yes, I am, because you have basically just committed to making a step forward in your health journey. Yay, I'm really excited for you. I'm telling you, every time I make one little step in my stage of my health journey, I tell you, I have to stop and celebrate, because I realized in the past that even if I made one positive change, I'd always look at the stuff I didn't accomplish. So let's celebrate. Let's keep it, focus in on what's going to help you move forward. And it's focusing in on going at different angles to try and find the most positive way you can go in on your journey. Part 2 here. When do you have the most focused energy? I want to go on the positive route. Instead of talking about the 3 p.m. slump, let's talk about what you're doing when you have that just streamlined, focused energy. Is it in the afternoon because you finally got your day going? So is it organization, or is it that you wake up in the morning and you have the most energy that you can have in the afternoon, by the time you're in your afternoon, that you feel sluggish? And let's connect that. So if you're feeling great in the morning, it means that probably the meal that you had the night before probably did really good for you. That it was able to bring in the reserves, the energy reserves that you need. And it also means that your body was able to really start cleansing itself. Because throughout the night, that's your detox time. That's your time your body gets to reset. If you have any bloat, usually that's the time that your bloat will go away, because everything is really clean and ready to start the day. If you're dealing with any little things here and there, you're still going to not have as much energy. So if your energy is high in the morning, it means whatever you're doing in the evening, really keep eating those foods. If it's something that you just naturally have been a morning person, I want you to think of the mornings where you felt really, really good and what you were eating the night before. Because it's like a cycle of food, or the day before. Then if you have energy in the evening, I want you to think about what's happening for yourself in the evening that really steps you into a higher you, a better you. And why is that the best time? So it depends on how our body naturally works, but it also depends on how centered we are in our goals and our focus and how we're living our life. So today is just really focusing in on how your daily ritual is going to help you step into something even deeper. Let's add a minimum of 15 minutes for a ritual. So I want you to open up your calendar or write some notes if you don't have your calendar with you. How are you going to figure out how to add that 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever you are connected with today? And then what time do you have to go to bed to be able to step into an extra 15 minutes or extra time to do this? This is the FIT process that we're working with. This is the signature way that I really like to work, in that you're being able to touch and feel your goal and being able to make a commitment to yourself and be able to visualize how that's going to happen. Because really, how is that going to happen if you're already feeling stressed and overwhelmed and that you can't add something new? So adding an extra time to take care of yourself is a big commitment. And the sabotage would be that I don't have the time. I just can't do it. I don't have the energy. Or I just don't want to do it. If you're saying I just don't want to do it, I don't think you'd still be on the call now. But if you are doing that, then I would really step into the pain point of how it's affecting your day and how it's really not helping and you being the best you. When you're not feeling good, you're not being the best you. Sometimes we, snap at people easier, or we feel negative. So just think about that. How are you going to add your extra time? I want you to put down here more of your ritual. Let's get in deep in what your ritual is. We talked about my ritual by reading, first half an hour of my day reading, and that reading is usually honed in on stuff to help me emotionally open up so I can be a good coach. So your reading should be connected with the types of books that you like to read. And if you're working with me, it's usually something that's going to help expand your mind in the health area to be able to take care of yourself more, to be able to get to know yourself more. And then the other area was taking deep breaths and relaxing. And that takes a couple minutes only. But really focusing in on the exhale. The third thing was giving back to my body, because all night it's been going through a detox and now it's hungry, and I really add in those healthy foods. And that is what helps get me having energy throughout the day with the fiber and the pep and the antioxidants to just bring that clear, clean stuff into the body. And then the last one was really being able to commit to reaching out to one person and helping make their day. Because again, you giving will also remind you how important it is for you to give back to yourself. So that is really important. So what is your ritual? I want to know. And I want to talk to you about the bonus today, because the things that we've been talking about and the sabotages and focusing and making a commitment to yourself is really this Fit Camp 2-week jumpstart, mind, body, soul, blood reset. It's all about getting yourself centered in your journey. And today, and while this video is running, I'm offering this for an investment of $57. Now this is actually going to go up to $197. And if you are ready to make the commitment and step in further, and you've really connected with how important it is to work with the coach, I really appreciate you and you wanting to come in and connecting with, with being able to clear the sabotages. So I focus in on what's holding you back, which is the sabotage coaching. And then I help you focus in on increasing your workouts. And if you're not working out, then it's time to, work on the scheduling of how come you're not working out. And a workout could be walking, workout could be doing floor exercise, a workout could be anything that works for you. Also, we focus in on the aging factor, because you're going to start looking at your skin and seeing how you're aging and how you're going to be able to rejuvenate your skin, which is another organ, to being able to firm it up and to have nice, beautiful skin. Also, we're going to skinny up that waistline. The waistline is direct link with your body just being overly worked, with the cortisol hormone being released, and we're going to bring that belly down. We have to also figure out how to decrease the stress, because the stress factor is what has maybe have brought you into diabetes or pre-diabetes or having diabetic symptoms. So I want you to be able to learn how to do that. With Fit Camp, you really get a lot of daily 5-minute motivational emails, videos, and then you're also going to be having live coaching calls with me Monday, Wednesday for 2 weeks. As soon as you come in, you get a welcome video that's going to help you center yourself in your new journey and the commitment that you've made. Every month, I have Fit Camp for 2 weeks. So you have threaded throughout the time of this year and also next year to step in now and then be able to commit to something in the future or coming up for next month, which is really exciting. These 3 parts is what I focus on. Your food, we're going to focus in on food discovery so you know how to put your master grocery list together. As soon as you come in, you instantly get a master grocery list, and we're going to make that actually your personal grocery list by making those self-discoveries about what's happening with the foods that you're eating now and the new foods you're going to be adding by using your master grocery list, the new recipes you're going to be getting. So that's a wonderful stage to really step in for 2 weeks, really honing in on why your body's bloating or having issues. Center here is that you're going to get your workouts in and that you're going to be focused in on how to implement that into your schedule. On the right, the lady is happy. And so as you're going through fit camp, I tell you, you're going to be feeling so happy because we're going to be focusing in on your sabotages, where they started, what it feels like each time that you're not telling yourself something nice. And we're going to bring it into how you can clear that sabotage. We're going to find out, how you're emotionally feeling about your diet and how you were raised and how you can connect with that to really move yourself forward. Because the more you become aware of what you're doing, the awareness is going to just exponentially move you forward. So it's all about awareness. You're going to be ready to add excitement into your workouts. You're here if you're ready to decrease your aging factor, if you're ready to learn how to eat to increase skinny, ready to decrease the stress factor, if you're ready to learn weight loss tools to keep weight off permanently. So these tools that you're going to be learning are the food discoveries, when you start looking at your face, when you start looking at your body type. So being able to have those tools and leave after the 2 weeks is just an incredible journey. You're ready to learn how to burn fat fast through eating and life balance. You're ready to leave the mental sabotages behind. That is so important. If all of this sounds really good and you're ready to make that commitment to yourself, I want you to go to rondaliebig.com/fit with a double T hyphen 57 for the investment of $57. You can pick your date. If you decide to come in as you review, you have a 100% guarantee within 30 days. So there's no risk there. Our next fit camp is November 10th. It's right before the holidays, which is perfect. And then in between the holidays, which is December 8th, so to kind of reset your body after Thanksgiving and Christmas, and depending on your religion too, you may not have any of that, but you want to get ready for the new year. Plus, there's more dates than just that. So I have January, February, and I think I have up to March. So if you're ready to make a commitment to yourself, I'm ready to help you through your journey. And I want you to think about the process of what you learned along the way and how you can make a little tweak here and there to be able to make a commitment to yourself. Coming into Fit Camp, it's going to do the same for you. It's going to give you 2 weeks of really intense coaching. And then what you take from that is you keep tweaking your diet. You keep tweaking your lifestyle. And once you start doing that, you're going to it's going to snowball into tons of energy and moving you forward. It's going to be an incredible experience. If you haven't worked with a coach before, I want to tell you, I work with a coach monthly, and it just keeps your focus. It just keeps you moving forward and committing to yourself. So my question to you is, are you ready to step into it deeper? If you are, I'll see you on the other side. Have a thank you video that you're going to get information right away on how to get your journey going. This is Rhonda Liebig. I want you to go to rondaliebig.com/fit the double T hyphen 57. I will catch you soon. You have a fit day, and thank you for spending time with me.